Hello students, this will be a very important class for you. Why? Because in this session we will discuss the concept of statistics and also formulas including in this, and I have solved some previous years questions, that is from 2014 to 2020. All years previous years questions of statistics I have simplified, and after the synopsis and also previous years questions and also some sample questions also I have done. So this video is becoming the very important class for you to get one question. Okay, from this statistics every year you are getting one question in KCT. That means in 2021 also you can expect definitely one question. If your luck is there, more than one question also you'll get. That means two questions also you may get. So for that, these two classes are enough. Okay, let us start the session. First, in statistics, the concept behind this in first year is measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. In this measures of dispersion, we have some topics under this. Those are range, mean deviation. Okay, those all we'll discuss now. First of all, in that measures of dispersion, what do you mean by range? The range of distribution is the difference between greatest and least values observed in a data. For example, if we consider x1, x2, x3, so on, xn or some data are there. Out of this, range is nothing but in this x1 to xn. For example, xg is the greatest and xl is the least value. Then the difference between these two, some x into m. Okay, this xm we will consider as range. Okay, range means range of distribution is the difference between greatest and least value observed in a data. Next, when comes to mean deviation, it is defined as arithmetic mean of the deviation from origin, which may be either mean or median or mode. So we can find mean deviation, it may be after finding mean or median or mode. Okay, now so to find the mean deviation we will have several cases like individual series, okay, and then discrete series and then continuous series. Okay, now in individual series, in this series they will give the observations individually like x1, x2, so on, xn or n observations, and if capital A if we consider as the mean or median or mode, then the individual series MD is nothing but mean deviation is equal to mod of x1 minus a, nothing but a is nothing but mean or median or mode according to the given data. x1 minus a modulus plus mod x2 minus a modulus plus so on modulus of xn minus a. So this is mean deviation for individual series. See, you can represent as capital A as the mean, median or mode. Otherwise you can represent with x bar. Okay, you can represent with x bar as mean or median or mode. In that case you can write this as modulus of x1 minus x bar plus modulus of x2 minus x bar plus so on modulus of x1 minus x bar divided by n. Like that also you can write. Okay, now next, in discrete series. Discrete series is nothing but where there we will give they will give observations and also frequencies. So in that case the mean deviation formula is sigma modulus of xi minus a into fi divided by capital N, where capital N is nothing but sigma fi. Sigma fi is nothing but sum of all those frequencies. Okay, nothing but total of frequencies. Next, for a continuous series. For a continuous series means the formula is same as the discrete except for one change. Instead of x's, that it will be replaced by mid values of the classes. Okay, this is about mean deviation. Next, about standard deviation. Okay, very important thing. Standard deviation is referred as the root mean square deviation about the mean. So that standard deviation for individual series. Okay, actually the standard deviation will represent with this sigma. Okay, this symbol sigma. That standard deviation for individual series is nothing but square root of x1 minus x bar whole square plus x2 minus x bar whole square plus so on plus xn minus x bar whole square divided by n. So where x1, x2 are observations and x bar is nothing but mean. So instead of writing this, see if they given in CET questions, if they given values of sigma xi by n or sigma xi like that, if they given values means instead of this we can also write this shortcut formula, that is sigma is equal to square root of sigma xi square by n minus sigma xi by n whole square. Okay, here square will be there, here for this whole square will be there. You need to and remember this, the difference. Okay, next standard deviation for discrete series, that standard deviation is equal to square root of fi into xi minus x bar whole square by capital N. Capital N, what do you mean by capital N? Also we have discussed that capital N is nothing but sigma fi. So here fi is nothing but frequencies. So like this also we can write, otherwise based on the given conditions we can write like this also, sigma fi xi square by n minus sigma fi xi by n whole square. So this is about a discrete series of standard deviation. If it is in continuous series means, as like mean deviation, xi is to be replaced with mid value of the classes. So this is about standard deviation. So don't worry, this soft copy I will send in WhatsApp group. Now some results based on standard deviation. Okay, these are the points you need to remember while solving the MCQs questions. The square of a standard deviation is termed as variance. As standard deviation we will consider as sigma. Square of a standard deviation is termed as variance. Variance is nothing but sigma square. Next, standard deviation is the least mean square deviation. Out of all, that standard deviation is the least mean square deviation. If each item is increased by a fixed constant, the standard deviation does not alter. Does not alter in the sense it doesn't matter whether it will be increased or decreased by with a fixed constant. Nothing but the standard deviation is independent of change of origin. Okay, when if we add or subtract a fixed constant, but if we multiply it will be a different case. Okay, for a discrete series in the form of a comma a plus d comma a plus d so on, whenever it is in AP, the standard deviation is given by SD is equal to square root of n square minus 1 by 12. This formula you need to remember. This can be used in some of the problems if they ask a standard deviation whenever the series is in AP. Similarly, the standard deviation of first n natural numbers is again square root of n square minus 1 by 12. Standard deviation of first n natural numbers is n square minus 1 by 12. If they ask standard deviation of first 10 natural numbers, then it will become square root of 10 square minus 1 by 12. Okay, remember this. Now, coefficient of variance. That coefficient of variance will represent with capital CV. Okay, it is defined as CV is equal to SD means standard deviation divided by arithmetic mean into 100. That simply will represent with sigma divided by x bar into 100. Very important formula when comes to MCQs. Okay, standard deviation by AM into 100, nothing but sigma by x bar into 100. So as it is a relative measure, okay, relative measure in the sense these we will find in terms of percentages. Okay, that's why we will consider as relative measure. As so you need to remember one note point. Okay, for a series, smaller the coefficient of variation, then greater the consistency. Remember, very important point. As smaller the coefficient of variation, greater the consistency. If it is greater the, as it is highest of the coefficient of variation, it will be the lowest consistency or lower consistency. Okay, remember this important point. Sometimes question they may ask directly. They will give some coefficient of variations, out of that which is greater consistency or which is least consistency they may ask. Now let us start the previous year questions starting from 2014. The importance of solving of previous year's questions is, see, we can identify, if you observe last 5 years or 6 years question papers, we can identify, so what is the depth of the topic they are asking, what are the topics continuously they are asking. See, easily we can analyze, see what we can expect the questions from. Okay, whether they are asking very tough questions from the topic or very easy questions like that. Now I am solving from 2014 to 2020. every year they are asking one question from statistics. If you observe, all the questions are very easy. So whenever we have the easy topics like this, we should not miss, and we need to practice more and we need to learn quickly so that we can attempt this question less than 30 seconds. Okay, let us start with 2014 question. If the coefficient of variance and standard deviation are 60 and 21 respectively, its arithmetic mean of the distribution is. See, previously we have discussed the formula coefficient of variance, nothing but CV is equal to sigma by x bar into 100, where sigma is nothing but standard deviation, x bar is nothing but mean, and CV is nothing but coefficient of variance. Now see, CV they have given, that is 60, standard deviation given, that is 21, divided by x bar they are asking to find, that is arithmetic mean, into 100. Now this x bar I will send here. X bar is equal to 21 by 60 into 100. So 0 0 cancel, 2 3s, 2 5s, 3 1s, 3 7s, nothing but x bar is equal to 35. See how simple it is if you remember the coefficient of variance formula in terms of standard deviation and also mean. Okay, that's why synopsis and formulas you need to be thorough with that. Okay, this is about 2014 question. See how easy it is. Next, 2015 question. The mean deviation from the data 3, 10, 10, 4, 7, 10, 15. So mean deviation. Okay, remember the formula. See, first I will write those values 3, 10, 10, 4, 7, 10, comma 5. So to find the mean deviation, first we need to find mean. Okay, the mean is nothing but we need to add all these, okay, and then divide it by number of observations, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 are there. Okay, divided by 7, we need to add all these. Okay, 3 10s are there. Okay, and then 3 33, 37, 44, and then 5, which is 49. Okay, 49 by 7 is nothing but 7. So x bar is 7. Then what is mean deviation? So okay, we need to delete these two. Okay, we need to find the difference between these two, but modulus will be there, as like x minus a by a. Okay, a modulus plus x2 minus a plus so on. We need to find like this now. So similarly we need to find the difference between these two, but modulus should be there. So 7 minus 3 is 4, 7 minus 10 is 3, and this is, and again 3, 7 minus 4 3, 7 minus 7 0, 7 minus 10 is 3, 7 minus 5 is 2. So we need to add all those divided by total number of observations, 7. So this is nothing but mean deviation. See how simple it is. Now we calculate this. 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 3 13, 13 plus 3 16, 16 plus 2 18, which is equal to 18 by 7. So simplify this. 18 by 7, 7 2s 14, and again 4 is there, 0, 7 5s, okay, 35. Almost that near value is equal to 2.75. Okay, understood? Mean deviation means first you find the mean and then you do the difference, but you need to take only positive values, and then again you find the mean. That is nothing but mean deviation. This is the question from 2015. Next question from 2016. The coefficient of variation of two distributions are 60 and 70. Coefficient of variation of two distributions are 60 and 70. Nothing but coefficient of variance, that is nothing but CV1 is equal to 60 given, CV2 is equal to 70 given. Next, the standard deviation are 21 and 16. Nothing but for first this standard deviation is 21, for next is standard deviation 16. So we know that coefficient of variation formula sigma 1 by x1 bar is equal to 60. Okay, formula sigma by x1 bar into 100 equal to 60. Here sigma 2 by x2 bar into 100 is equal to 70. In that they have given standard deviation. Standard deviation are nothing but sigma values. So 100 into, so here sigma value is 21 by x bar, x1 bar is equal to 60. here 0 0 cancel, here sigma 2 given, that is 16 into 100 by x2 bar is equal to 70. So here also 0 0 cancel, and then this is, so I will send this x1 bar here, I will bring 6 to here. So x1 bar is equal to, so 21 into 10, 210 by 6, nothing but, okay, 3 70s and then 3 2s, nothing but x1 bar is equal to 35, and then x2 bar is equal to, so 16 into 10, nothing but 160 by 7. If you simplify 160 by 7, you will get 7 2s 14, 2 0, 7 again 7 2s 14, and again remainder is 6, okay, 0.078, okay, 56. See, almost we are getting 7 5 35. See, almost we are getting two values, nothing but x2 bar is equal to 22.85. See here, then their mean is, okay, for first one mean is 35 and for second one mean is 22.85. See, in these options, luckily in 2016 statistics question, luckily you got two correct answers, whether option A is also correct and also option D is also correct. See, according to first coefficient of variation, you got mean is 35, here you got 22.85. See, in 2016 who will appear, any one of that option is correct only. Okay, next 2017 question, if the coefficient of variation is 60 and standard deviation is 24, then arithmetic mean is, again we know that CV is equal to sigma by x bar into 100, and then CV given, that is 60, is equal to standard deviation 24 divided by x bar into 100. See, 0 0 cancel, 6 1s are 6 4s are, then that means x bar is equal to 4 into 10, 40. See how simple the questions are if you can remember the concepts based on what they are asking. Coefficient of variation, standard deviation, mean deviation, about mean, median, mode, like that. If you practice those kind of problems, it will be very easier. Next, 2018 question, 2018. For the probability distribution, see, in this 2018 they did not ask a direct question of the statistics, they have mixed that statistics concept in probability, okay, but that also we'll discuss. Why? Because that is also based on the standard deviation and based on that only. Okay, first, so in this probability distribution where they have given xi's and also pi's, pi's is nothing but probabilities of those observations. Okay, see here, to find the standard deviation, okay, to find the standard deviation, first we will find mean of that, which is nothing but multiply these two. The formula is sigma xi into pi, nothing but 0 into 25 by 36, okay, plus 1 into 5 by 18 plus 2 into 1 by 36. Like that we need to do first sigma xi pi. So multiply these two, 1 2 3 4 5 6, these we need to multiply and add. This is 0 plus 5 by 18 plus 2 1s are 2 18s are, nothing but 1 by 18, nothing but 6 by 18 is 1 by 3. Okay, next we need to find m of x square. M of x square is nothing but sigma xi square into pi. See, for m of x we have considered sigma xi into pi, nothing but these two we need to multiply and add. Now next, m of x square means these squares and multiply, square and multiply, square and multiply and add all those. So it will be 0 square into 25 by 36 plus 1 square into 5 by 18 plus 2 square into 1 by 36. So it will become 0, again it will become 5 by 18 plus it will become 2 square. Now 1 2 we can simplify here, it will become 18. That means this is 2 by 18. So m of x square is nothing but 7 by 18. Now we know that variance formula, okay, variance is nothing but sigma square is equal to m of x square minus m of xi or m of x whole square. So m of x square value we know, that is 7 by 18 minus m of xi whole square. What is m of xi whole square? 1 by 3. We got 1 by 3 whole square. Nothing but 7 by 18 minus 1 by 9. This 1 by 9 we can also write like 2 by 18. Okay. 1 by 9 we can write 2 by 18. Why? Because 2 ones 2 9s. So which will become 5 by 18. So that means variance we have formula. That means what is standard deviation? See, instead of finding standard variance, we can also find standard deviation directly. That is sigma is equal to square root of m of x square minus m of x. Okay. This is whole square. So this value we got, that is variance, we got 5 by 8. Square root of 5 by 18 is nothing but 18 we can write 9 into 2. 9 means 1 by 3 outside, square root of 5 by 2. So this is standard deviation for the given problem. See option number B. So this question also easy. See the statistics mixed in probability. We need to find the standard deviation from this table. First we need to find m of x, that is sigma xi into pi. Multiply and add all this. Next m of x square, nothing but squares of these observations and multiply these probabilities and add all those. And then we know standard deviation formula, this one. You can apply and you will get that answer. 2019 question. Okay. See, observe the question clearly. Mean and standard deviation of 100 items are 50 and 4. That means mean given. Okay. Mean given, that is x bar is equal to 50. Mean and standard deviation of 100 items are 50 and 4. Standard deviation sigma is equal to 4. And again n we can consider, n is equal to 100. Okay, this is the data given. Mean and standard deviation of 100 items are 50 and 4 respectively. The sum of all squares of the items. Okay, we know that 100 items are there, but we don't know what are the items, but we need to find sum of all squares of these items based on the given these three conditions. Now, so mean given 50, but what is mean formula? X bar is equal to sigma xi by n, right? Okay. Then mean given 50. Okay, 50 is equal to sigma xi by n. What is n? N is 100 given. That means what is sigma xi? Sigma xi is equal to 100 into 50, which is nothing but 5000. Remember this. Now based on this, easily we can find those. Now here we know that standard deviation formula, square root of sigma xi square by n, small n or capital N you can consider. Okay, minus sigma xi by n whole square. Okay, that means square root you bring here, it will become sigma square is equal to sigma xi square by n minus sigma xi by n whole square. So this we can write as, so here we need to find sum of all squares of these items. Okay, that means what we need to find is sigma xi square. So that sigma xi square I will leave like this. So it will become, this you bring it to left hand side, it will become sigma square plus sigma xi by n whole square. Now we substitute those values. Sigma xi square by what is n? N is 100, which is equal to this sigma square, variance square. What is variance square? Sigma given 4, that means 4 square is equal to 16. Okay, and then plus sigma xi by n. What is sigma xi? Sigma xi here we got 5000. 5000 by 100. What is 5000 by 100? It will become 50 whole square. So sigma xi square is equal to 16 plus 50 whole square is nothing but 2500 by 100, which is equal to 2500 plus 16 is 2516. That means sigma xi square is equal to 2516 into 100. 2516 into 100 is 2516 and then 00. So simply we can find 2516 00, option A. See the question clearly. Mean and standard deviation. Mean means 50, standard deviation for number of items is 100. From that we need to find sigma xi square, nothing but sum of all squares of items. To find sum of all squares of items, we will use the formula standard deviation, or variance also we can use. This is the formula of standard deviation. This is for variance. By any one of that formula you can find. Nothing but sigma they given. That means sigma square is nothing but 16. So remaining all values is substitute carefully and we can simplify. This is about 2019 question. Next, previous year question, that is the standard deviation of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, standard deviation. Okay, first we will find the standard deviation. Okay, first I will find mean. What is mean? X bar is equal to sum of all these 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. Okay, divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items are there, which is 40 by 5, which is equal to 8. Now, as it here we got 8, then the deviation you find between these given observations and then mean. 8 minus 6, which is 2, and then 8 minus 7, 1, 8 minus 8, 0, 8 minus 9, which is 1, 8 minus 10, which is equal to 2. So here we got the observations. Okay, these are the observations. And then what is standard deviation? Standard deviation will represent with sigma, which is equal to square root of 1 by n into sigma xi minus x bar whole square. Okay, this is one of the formula for standard deviation. See, according to the given data, we need to use that formula, where 1 by n is nothing but 5 items are there, 1 by 5 into, okay, sigma xi minus x bar whole square. See, this is xi, this is x bar. Okay, these are xi's and this is x bar. 6 minus 8, 2 square. Okay, 2 square like that, 1 square plus 0 square plus 1 square plus 2 square. Sigma xi minus x bar means after subtracting difference, after finding difference, these squares you need to add. So which is equal to square root of 1 by 5 into 2 square, 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4, which is equal to 4 plus 4, 8, 10. 10 by 5 is square root of 2, which is option B. So this is your previous year question. See, if you can analyze the previous year's questions, this is about 2020 question is about standard deviation. This is about again mean and standard deviation. And 2018 question, the 2018 question is about probability distribution, where you need to find standard deviation. 2017 question is coefficient of variance. 2016 again coefficient of variance formula, and again 2015 is mean deviation, and then coefficient of variance and a standard deviation based on 2014. So now why I am solving these previous year questions, now you can understand. So if you prepare these type of concepts easily, again you will get one question from statistics in 2021 also. So this is about previous questions. Now I will do some sample questions, okay, regarding these concepts only. Let us solve that also, then you will get perfect for writing KCET. Now let's start this sample questions. See, based on the statistics, I have done two videos and also previous year questions. If you can watch all these and if you can remember the formulas and concepts and how we have simplified the problems, definitely you can answer any type of question in the coming examination. See the first question, if x bar is the mean of n observations, okay, those are like x1, x2, so on, xn, then sigma I equal to 1 to n xi minus x bar is equal to, what they are asking is sigma xi minus x bar is equal to what they are asking. Now before that, as they said, x bar is the mean, as they said x bar is the mean, but mean formula we know sigma xi by n. That means sigma xi is equal to what? N into x bar. Sigma xi means n into x bar. That I will substitute here. This sigma xi minus sigma x bar we can write as sigma xi minus sigma x bar. We can split the sigma to these two terms whenever it is in addition or subtraction. Similarly, sigma xi value we got, that is n x bar minus sigma x bar we can write as n x bar. Why? Because sigma 1 we can write as n, sigma 2 we can write as 2n. Similarly, sigma x bar we can write as n x bar or x bar into n. So simplify these two, you will get the value 0. Okay, that means when x bar is the mean of n observations, then sigma xi minus x bar value is equal to 0. Next one, next concept based question, direct formula based. Let x1, x2, x3, so on, xn are n observations and x bar be the arithmetic mean, the formula for standard deviation. Formula for standard deviation, that is option number C, 1 by n into sigma xi minus x bar whole square. Remember this, in so many cases we have used this formula. Next, question number 3. The mean of 100 observations is 5. Mean of 100 observations is 5. That means x bar is equal to 5 and then n value is equal to 100. Next, and their standard deviation is 50. Standard deviation sigma is equal to 50. The sum of squares of all observations. These type of question we got in wait, I will see, in 2000. Wait. See here. In 2019, similar type of question you got. Mean on standard deviation of 100 items are 50 and 4. They are given. The sum of all squares of the numbers. Okay. The small type value I have changed here. You observe. So this is the given data. Again, we need to find sum of all squares of all the observations we need to find. So we know that sigma square is equal to sigma xi square by n minus sigma xi by n whole square. See, from this mean we need to find the sigma xi. We know that x bar is equal to sigma xi by n. We know that x bar is equal to 5, n value 100. 100 into 5, which is 500, is equal to sigma xi. This value is 500. Now here in this formula, sigma square, sigma is 50, sigma square, 50 square, which is equal to 2500, which is equal to sigma xi square by n, okay, minus sigma xi by n. What is sigma xi? We got 500. 500 by n. What is n? 100. 500 by 100, which is equal to 5. 5 square, 25. So that means sigma xi square by n is equal to 25. You bring it here. 2500 plus 25 is 2525. So we know that n value also. What is that n value? Sigma xi square is equal to 2525 into n. What is n? N is equal to 100. So which is equal to 2525 and 00. So which is option C. See, all the problems in this statistics are very easy for the KCET. Next question. Let A, B, C, D, E be the observations with mean and standard deviation S. The standard deviation of the observation A plus K, B plus K, C plus K and E plus K. This is again the concept based question. For the observations, if we add or subtract with any particular constant, if you add with the different constant, it will be the different scenario. But if you add or subtract with same observation, then standard deviation won't deviate. Okay, that means again the standard deviation is S only. As the initial is S, after adding or subtracting, again it will become S only. Next, question number 5. The following information relates to a sample of size 60 and then sigma x square is equal to 18,000 and sigma x is equal to 960. The variance of the data they are asking. Variance of the data they are asking. So that means sigma x square given, that is 18,000, right? And sigma x given 960. Okay, sample size of 60. Sample size is nothing but n is equal to 60. By using these three values, we need to find that variance. Variance means we know that formula, sigma square is equal to sigma xi square by n minus sigma xi by n whole square. Now here sigma xi square, that given 18,000 divided by 60 minus sigma xi by n. Okay, sigma xi, that is 960 divided by n. What is n? 60 whole square. So simplify this and find that answer. So if you simplify, 0 0 cancel, 6 1 6 300. This is 300 minus 0 0 cancel. Okay, and then 96 by 6 is nothing but 16 square. 300 minus 256, which is equal to 44. See that options. Option D. Okay, directly if you remember the variance formula, sigma xi square by n minus sigma xi by n whole square, they given sigma xi square given, sigma xi given, and also n value also given. Substitute and find the value of this variance. Okay, next question number 6. In a group of students, the mean weight of boys is 80 kg and that of girls is 50 kg. Okay, if the mean weight of all the students is 60 kg, then the ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys. If you observe, the mean weight of boys is 80 kg, girls is 50, but combination of both boys and girls mean weight, that means total is 60. Then we need to find the ratio of the number of girls to number of boys. Okay, see, as the mean average is nothing but mean of boys, that means xb bar I will consider that is 80, xg bar I will consider that is 50. Total mean, okay, total mean that x bar is equal to 60. So keep in mind all this, we need to find the ratio of girls and boys. So we know that xb bar plus xg bar by b plus g is equal to 60. That is nothing but total average, right? Total average means average of that boys and girls divided by total number of boys plus number of girls, which is equal to 60, right? Okay, this is one condition. Now, but what is x by xb xb bar? Xb bar means nothing but here we can write sigma xb by n, right or not? Xb bar, mean of that boys, weight of boys is nothing but sigma xb by n. Okay, here what is n value? Okay, what is n value? N value, so here we need to find sigma xb. Sigma xb is equal to xb bar into n. What is xb bar? 80. Okay, this is number of boys, that I will consider as b. So it will become 80b. Similarly, xg bar is equal to sigma xg by g, where g is number of girls. That means sigma xg is equal to g into x bar xg bar g. This x bar of girls given 50. So this is 50 g. So therefore we can find xb bar plus xg bar by b plus g. This one we can find write it as 80b plus 50z divided by b plus g, which is equal to 60. Okay, this is nothing but 80 into boys plus 50 into girls divided by boys plus girls is equal to 60. This will become 80b plus 50g is equal to 60b plus 60g. Okay, now you can find the ratio. 80b minus 60b is 20b, 60g minus 50 is 10g. Now we need the ratio of girls to boys, not boys to girls, girls to boys. So b you bring here, g by b is equal to 20 by 10, that means g by b is equal to 2 by 1. Nothing but g is to b is equal to 2 is to 1 ratio. Okay, clearly see the solution once again. As they given mean of that boys, okay, and also girls they given weight, total is 60 given. According to that we can find the mean, to nothing but total average. So this is about the problem number 6. Next, coming to question number 7. ST of n observation x1 x2 so on is sigma. Standard deviation of those n observation given sigma. Then standard deviation of lambda x1, lambda x2 and lambda xn is. See, I will tell one example. Okay, for example, some data given in terms of x, where we will consider mean for that is either mu or x bar, like that, and standard deviation for the data we will consider as sigma, and then variance of the data we will consider as sigma square. Okay, when x is a data, instead of that x, if the data is like in the form of ax plus b, then the mean or median again we will consider as x bar or mu. Otherwise this we will consider as a mu plus b. Okay, mean of for this data is a mu plus b, but standard deviation for that we will consider as modulus of a into sigma. Variance we will consider as a square sigma square. When it comes to standard deviation, only whatever is multiplying with that x, that only we should consider. Why? Because when finding standard deviation, whether any constant is adding or subtracting, it doesn't matter. Standard standard deviation will be same, but whenever we are multiplying, that also we need to multiply to that standard deviation, but we need to consider as modulus, nothing but only positive value. When it comes to variance, it will become a square sigma square. Similarly, if x1, x2, those are like, if xi is the data, mean is x bar, standard deviation is sigma, variance is nothing but sigma square. But for this xi, what they are multiplying, okay, for this xi, what they are multiplying, lambda xi. That means mean will become lambda x bar, standard deviation will become lambda sigma, and again this is lambda square sigma square, but it will become modulus. So that means that our option is option C. Remember this, whenever we are multiplying with some constant, that also we need to multiply to standard deviation. Remember this. Next, the standard deviation of, see, similar based on this concept, another question I have given. The standard deviation of x1, x2, so on, xn is 2. Standard deviation is 2 they have given. Then the standard deviation of this 3x1 plus 7, what is that? That means standard deviation of xi, sigma is equal to 2 given. For what? For some xi values. Okay. Now, instead of xi, what they are given? 3x1 plus 7. For adding continuously 7, it doesn't matter for standard deviation, but they are multiplying with 3. So that means it will become standard deviation, final standard deviation will become modulus of 3 into this sigma, which is nothing but 3 sigma, nothing but 3 into 2, which is equal to 6. Okay, directly by seeing that question, within seconds we can tell that as standard deviation is 12, as it is multiplying with 3, 3 2s are 12. If they are multiplying with minus 3, then also it will become 3 to 6 only. Okay, this is about question number 8. Next, final 2 questions of this session of statistics. The variance of the series is of the form 3x1 plus 5 is 36. Then the standard deviation of this series of the form 5x1 plus 3 is. This is somewhat a little bit logic, very small logic. If you can understand previous 2 questions, question number 7 and 8, the 9th question easily you can try. As they told, variance of the series is 36. Variance is what? Sigma square they are given 36, which is of the form 3x1 plus 5. Then the standard deviation of the series is of the form 5x1 plus 3. First of all, from this I will find standard deviation. As it is variance, what is standard deviation? Sigma, which is nothing but 6. That 6, when we got, if it is in the form of 3x1, okay, that means 3x1, okay, 3x1 nothing but 6, then x1 is equal to 6 by 3, it will become 2. Okay, need to remember like this. Now for that x1, here we need to multiply with that 5, that means 5 into 2, which is equal to 10. Okay, easily you can find. See, for 3x1 it is 36 variance. So variance standard deviation will become 6. As it is 3x1, x1 will be equal to 2. That means again x1 here, 5x1 is there. That means 5 into 2 is equal to 10. Okay. Next, 10th question. Mean of 100 items is 49. It was detected later that 3 items 60, 70 and 80 were wrongly entered as 40, 20 and 50 respectively. The correct mean is, mean of 100 items is 49. Okay, mean of 100 items is 49. That means x bar is equal to 49 given. But what is x bar? Sigma xi by n is equal to 49. What is sigma xi? 49 into n. What is n? 100 items. Okay, x bar 49 given, n is equal to 100 given. That n I will multiply here, it will become 4900. So this is the sigma xi. But what they told, it was detected that 3 items 60, 70, 80 were wrongly entered as 40, 20 and 50. That means these are wrongly entered. That means first we will delete this and then we will add those. So from that 4900, first delete the wrongly entered one, like 40, 20 and 50. See, if we delete those, what you will get? 4900 minus 40, 20, 60, 60, 50 is 110, which is nothing but 4900 minus 110 is 4790. Now after getting that 4790, we need to add those correct items now. Those are 60, 70 and 80. So 4790 plus 60 plus 70 plus 80. So simple calculations you need to do very fast. 4790 plus 60 plus 70 plus 80, which will be equal to 210. So it will be equal to 5000. Okay. As it is 5000, then the correct mean. Okay, correct mean means what? This is what sigma xi only. And understanding sigma xi only this is. But correct mean x bar is equal to sigma xi by n. What is sigma xi? Sigma xi is here we got corrected mean is sigma xi is 5000 by 100, which is equal to 50. Okay. Option B. See, hope you understood all these problems. I am telling these two classes of the statistics are enough for the coming KCET. Revise once again the synopsis and the problems and methods how we have simplified whenever they are standard deviation or variance or like that. Okay, and the previous year's questions also once you check. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Have a nice day.